it was 2004. And so, you know, we didn't have Facebook or Instagram or any of that stuff. It's quite possible that any light-skinned guy that was half tall or whatever may have just came up to you and said, I'm Fabo.
Yeah.
What's your response to that? So, you thought I was trying to set you up?
I did for a second. I don't trust people.
Huh?
I don't trust people. I'm not very
Now,
trusting.
come on now.
I've been through a lot.
No, but I get it, but you met me in person.
Yeah, you cool.
All right. If that is the case, that it was somebody that was just a street dude out there saying he was Fabo, right?
Yeah.
And that, you know, that was your experience, but it just so happened to be that it wasn't the real Fabo. Would he, like, I guess, be owed an apology or anything like that? What's up, YouTube? Marcus IRL, my new channel, a behind-the-scenes peek into my life as a dad, a content creator, and a man. Make sure you subscribe, turn on post notifications, because I'm going to be going live, and you never know what you might see. So go subscribe now. Marcus IRL. Now, back to the content. What's up, YouTube? Atlanta Street Interviews, out here with an update. So, you look different this time.
Yeah.
Let's see what you got going on. Okay, so what's up with the haircut?
It got hot, and then I'm half white, so my hair sticks to everything. And I start smelling like a wet dog. I ain't got time for it.
Okay. So the hair was just inconvenient and in the way.
Yes.
Okay. So was any of this to like try to look more masculine? So
I've
people
always
wouldn't.
liked my boy haircut.
Okay, so it's not like you trying to get people to not like, you know, come after you or that type of stuff. Okay, so, you know, I'll tell you what, I got a lot of interviews from your interview because I ended up linking up with Fabo, and when he came out here, he recognized Lil Nas X's mom, Tamikia, and so then I ended up getting interviews with her, and her interview was doing really well on Facebook and everything else, so I got to thank you for that, right, because something in my spirit told me to walk up to you and ask to do the interview. But, of course, the major elephant in the room, right, was the story about Fabo and everything else. Now, I hesitated to even do this video because the truth is that Fabo got people out here.
Yep.
Okay, and so if if he gets annoyed with me, he can easily just say, hey man, somebody go shut that guy up. Okay, so I got to really watch my back. But the truth is that I felt bad because after that live and everything was posted,
I was mad at first or whatever, man, but you know, I'm into helping people, not hurting people.
well, I say it like this, right?
What's up, my dog?
I say it like this, right?
Yeah.
So I done had stories where people accuse somebody of something.
Yeah.
And then like one of them ended up going to the Steve Wilkos show.
Yeah.
I was on the Steve Wilkos show.
Yeah.
And the girl who did the accusation, her test turned out that she didn't lie.
Yeah.
So, and I didn't necessarily I didn't know what to believe at first. But I just try to let people tell whatever their story, because a lot of people grow up and these things happen to them, and then they tell somebody and the person don't believe it.
Yeah, I listen to her. That type of shit will happen to you, bro. Like, you know what I mean? And you got some niggas out there that
do that shit.
Yeah,
Trust me, I've been doing this 4 years. I done seen it all, heard it all, all that.
Man,
you know what I'm saying? So
well, when you
I try to balance it. That's why I say, like, because I can't, even if I would have called you, that's not really research. That's like me just calling to get your perspective.
Yeah, call him. You could have checked the court records. You ever filed a case, anything. I don't know what you do in that situation or whatever. But, you know, I feel for somebody who's in that situation or whatever. You know, my heart goes out to them because they don't, you know, I don't know if it, you know, what's on people's mind and why they do stuff like that or whatever. But, you know, I wouldn't want my kids to be in a situation like that or whatever. That's what I said.
I got daughters too.
In the beginning, I was angry, so I was like, maybe she was catfish or something. Maybe somebody just told her it was Fabo.
So look, if I do run into her, is there a message you want me to give her? Is there anything you want me to tell her?
If she need any help or whatever, and you know, or something like that, if I can help in any way, you know, that's just me. At first, I was angry or whatever, but like I said, bro, that's terrible. That, you know, something like that happened to somebody. Like, her life just seems like, wow, she been through a lot.
Rough from the beginning. Rough from the beginning. You know, you hit me up with these messages right here. Okay, so we can see you was not feeling it. Okay, so you was upset with me, and I felt like if you didn't believe that it was true, that you would have just let it go. Like, once Fabo pulled up, and you know, he was very convincing and everything else. I mean, I had no reason to not believe him based on just the energy that he brought, right? Yeah. So I was like, well, maybe she just, you know, was confused. It was 2004, right? And so, but you know, you ended up hitting me back. So that was like, all right, man, she she really like feels like, I let her down basically. Okay. And I didn't want to do that. I felt like, hey, I don't want to be just another person. I hear so many of these stories where people tell people the truth and then they're essentially not validated. Right. Right. So that's kind of where I'm at. It's like, all right, well, I don't want no smoke with Fabo or nothing like that. But I also don't want to feel bad about it in my heart. Right. And if you are declaring that is definitely your truth, I don't want to be the person to be like, nah, no. You know what I'm saying? And I took the video down and everything else, right? So this is me trying to kind of, I guess, bring you guys together to see if maybe y'all can do a lie detector test or something like that.
And like I said, I'm willing to do the lie detector test. No
right,
problem.
because, and listen, I'll pay for half of it. It's $600. I'm sure Fabo can afford the other half if he wants to, but okay, so let's talk about this, because one of the things that we did talk about when you called me was that it was 2004. And so, we didn't have Facebook or Instagram or any of that stuff. It's quite possible that any light-skinned guy that was half tall or whatever may have just came up to you and said, I'm Fabo.
Yeah.
What's your response to that?
I know it was him. I'm for sure. When you're traumatized by something, you never forget it. And like I said, I want to bring it back up. Just do a lie detector test. That's simple. We could end just like that.
Well, but I want to make sure that I address all of the different questions people may have.
When you get traumatized, you never forget a face, and that's the truth. And I'll never forget his face. And when I see him again on that live, I knew for sure it was him. For sure.
So when you seen him on that live, you're saying what percentage?
100%.
100%.
Yep.
So how did you feel when you realized that I had made the video private?
I mean, I was a little upset, but I mean, regardless, I really don't care because I got my own bag. But it kind of upset me because it felt like, like sides were chose when it's really, nobody knows the truth. That's how I'm going to put it. Nobody knows the real truth. It's both sides to the story. Nobody knows, nobody was there.
Right. It's your version, it's his version, and the truth is usually somewhere in the middle. Mm-hmm. But I guess I was more so holding on to the energy that he had where he said, I would never do anything like that. That's what I'm saying. Like, what's your response to that? Because he was very convincing.
He was very convincing, I'll say that. But
like, it didn't make you question it a little bit and say,
no, because I read people. That's a story for y'all. That's to make y'all feel better about him. That's not gonna make me feel better or change my mind. That's a manipulation thing. It's not gonna work. I'm not gonna change my mind. I know what I've seen. That's how I feel. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I know I'm not wrong. So I want to do lie detector test.
Okay, because again, let's say there's someone that looked extremely like him,
which is possible in Atlanta,
right? And they said, because this is Atlanta, people scam all the time, right?
Yep. And,
you're this young-looking girl. You're 15, but if I could imagine at 15, you probably look like you were 11 or 12. Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? Like, who's to say that, like...
Yeah, who's to say?
That you just, you were tricked or fooled.
Yeah, it could be. This is Atlanta.
Right? So then that has to take a little bit of that percentage away from 100%.
I guess you could put it at 90. They only take 10% away, because I really don't forget traumatic things.
Okay. I guess I'm trying to, give the...
yeah, it could be somebody who looked like him. That's possible.
Because then think about it, right? If that is the case, right? Mm-hmm. Because there's a possibility. Yeah. If that is the case, and essentially, your story, which is your truth, mm-hmm. paints him, who would then be innocent, in just a horrible light.
I doubt it was somebody who looked like him, but I mean, if it was, that's my fault. I got tricked, but I don't think it was somebody who looked like him. Well,
what other, I guess, anecdotal evidence or anything do you have to say that it was definitely him?
If you go through his pictures, you see how he changed over the years as a person. That's how I know it definitely was him, because he didn't change his look through the years. If you go through his old club pictures and stuff, he's not the same, look the same.
So you're saying that because he looks the same,
just like his old club pictures, like, I don't know, like, to me, it could be nobody like him. This is how I feel. I'm sorry to say, I mean, I get what y'all trying to say. I get it, I understand that, but I just don't feel it. But that's true, this is the land, this is a scamming city.
Right, because that's just what people do, man. People be on that type of stuff.
Heck yeah, we got fake, what is that, fake usher, all that stuff, so I can believe it.
Man, listen, these people, especially back then before the internet, before you could just pull out your phone and like kind of verify, check it, all that type of stuff, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's okay. So I'm just playing devil's advocate, and maybe I shouldn't say devil's advocate, but I'm just playing, I guess, just trying to be fair, right? Mm-hmm. If that is the case, that it was somebody that was just a street dude out there saying he was Fabo, right?
Yeah.
And that, you know, that was your experience, but it just so happened to be that it wasn't the real Fabo. Would he, like, I guess, be owed an apology or anything like that?
He would if I was wrong. He would.
Okay, because the truth is that even with a lie detector test, if you take it and you really believe that was Fabo, it would still come back that you were telling the truth. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that still would be like, it still wouldn't explain if it was a mistaken identity thing, right? And
Like
so
you said, it could because this is the land. This is a scammer city.
right, because I don't want you to feel like I'm saying that didn't happen to you.
Yeah.
Okay, but all I'm saying is that it's quite possible that,
is.
you know.
There's a possibility.
So okay. So what has been going on since then? Like what's going on? Like I just saw you at the train station. You're sitting there. You got all your stuff here with you.
I'm still going place from couch to couch. I get paid. I get my disability on the 25th. So
Okay.
we'll find a room for rent. I get
Congratulations on that. I know that's a long process.
paid. Yeah, I've been getting it, but I got scammed. That's why I'm homeless right now, 'cause I got scammed out my own.
Okay, and so somebody was getting, how many months have they been getting your checks?
I've been getting my own check. What happened was, like I said, you know, I told you I got into it with my family real bad. So when I moved out, I tried to get an apartment, and the lady had the keys, the gate code, all that. She emailed from the apartment email, even called from the apartment phone.
Mm-hmm.
But the police said there's a new scam going on where they could spoof the emails and spoof the number.
Right, they can.
And so they said the girl probably had an apartment there before and kept the keys. But I'm like, don't they change the locks on apartments?
Right.
But they're like, she probably had a key previously and had the gate code already before they evicted her. She moved out, and that's how they be doing it. So she got it for $800.
Wait, what does that have to do with your checks? I didn't follow.
Oh, because that's how I ended up homeless this month. Because I spent $800 on an apartment and it was a scam.
Okay. So you thought you was paying for deposit and all like that or whatever. Okay, wow. Okay, so that was your check that you got. And so you're not saying that someone's getting your checks. You're saying that you use your check on a scam situation.
Yes.
Okay. Huh. Okay. Man, that's and so that's why you just been kind of, you know, so like for instance, and you don't have to say exactly where, exactly who or whatever, but are you sleeping outside tonight or like tell people what the deal is?
Tonight I might be sleeping outside because it's been real rough for me to find somewhere to sleep. Like last night I had found somewhere to go, but turned to find the person was a J and they stole my fucking pain pills. I mean,
so what about the other people that you've been able to, has it been like trading for sex type stuff or?
Not really, because really the people I've been like, who've been helping me is people I know. Like one person, I know him since I was like, 24, 25, it's about 11 years.
Okay.
So he helped me. There's like a little bit of people be helping me here and there.
Right, but so like for instance, why can't they help you tonight?
People be having their own life, you know. Some people don't want to deal with people more than, you know, saying
a day or two, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I'm really respectful, so I always ask, you want me to go? Are you comfortable? And they be like, I want you to go, I need my space. Cool. I'm that type of person I could manage.
Okay. Huh. Yeah, I think Fabo's gonna be mad at me about this video, but hopefully not. Hopefully he actually listens to it and can see that, you know, I'm trying to just reach what may be the most logical conclusion.
Like I said,
you know what I'm saying?
wrong, I will, but I don't feel I'm wrong. I don't. But if I am, you know, so I will apologize. But like I said, this is Atlanta. This is the
well, essentially, I mean, if it is what I was just talking about, there's almost no way to prove that.
Yeah.
The only way to prove it would be maybe he take a lie detector test, because he would know if he actually did it or not. Yeah. And you know, the lie detector test would maybe pick up on that or whatever. But short of him taking a lie detector test, I don't know any way that it can be proven, you know what I'm saying, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you, I guess, get your check or whatever this month, you're saying that you're going to get a room or like what?
Yeah, room for rent. You know, like a little room.
Right, like a pad split type deal?
Yeah.
Okay. And is that like your normal thing or whatever?
Like I said, I just fell out with my family. Like, this is my first time not going back home for real. Like, stay on business. Like, I'm not letting you mistreat me. I'm not coming back. It's not going to happen.
So even at this big old age, they were physically abusing you?
Just really my cousin. She started, you know, saying get physical. And she big for her age. Because she's played W back. So, you know, she's way bigger.
So you a little tiny thing, so you don't want to, you ain't trying to have Big Bertha get on you like that.
And then, like I said, my mama, my auntie, I call my mom because she raised me. She like to run up on me a lot, and I can't deal with that. I know my temper, and I don't want to end up back in jail.
Well, that's not cool. It's just like, that's not cool. After a certain age, it's like, let's learn to work things out with our words, you know, instead of just running up and getting physical and all that stuff, because somebody get hurt like that. Especially in Atlanta, everybody got guns and stuff like that.
Your car went to jail behind my auntie before. so I'm not doing it again. That's why I said I'm not even going back. I'll figure something out on my own.
Okay.
I'm grown now.
All right. So you thought I was trying to set you up?
I did for a second. I don't trust people.
Huh?
I don't trust people. I'm not very.
Now come on now.
I've been through a lot.
No, but I get it. But you met me in person.
Yeah, you cool.
All right, like come on now. You know the energy ain't nothing like that.
Yeah.
We like so. I was so taken aback by that. I'm like, is she talking about me? Okay, I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad. We cool now though, right?
We cool.
All right, cool beans. Well, listen, I appreciate you giving us this update. We're gonna see. I'm sure that Fabo may reach out to me. I don't know if it's gonna be positive or negative. All right, we gonna see. All right, we gonna see. Okay, we gonna see. But either way, man, I'm just, I'm gonna get this video posted and make sure that, we just have a chance to discuss it, and it's not like I just took the video down and your truth is just buried. You know what I'm saying? Because he has more celebrity or anything like that. Okay, so, all right. Well, listen, miss, we really appreciate you. If anybody out there did want to reach out, help, or donate, do you have? And by the way, what's this mark right here?
My bags, they've been cut to my arm.
Okay. So if anybody did want to reach out, help, or donate, do you have a way for them to do that?
My PayPal, Hawk, HULK 893 @gmail.com.
Okay. Did anybody hit you up last time?
Yes, some people did help me, and I appreciate it, and I really thank them.
Okay.
They helped me get room for a couple of days. So I really
tell you what,
appreciate
man. Tell you what. It's magic in the interview. It's magic in the interview. So, well, listen, like I say, we appreciate you. Definitely wish you nothing but the best. All right.
Thank you.
Make sure you have a good one, sweetie. All right.